Welcome, people. It's your boy Q from Q Productions, and still staying with the Wave series. The next plugin that we are looking at is the SSL compressor. This is what they call a bus compressor. Normally, that's the position where most people use it. I don't want to say most people. I mean, it's kind of a general term, but that's where I use it. I tend to use it either on some type of bussing situation, either on the drums to feel like like I can glue the drums a little bit better with it. And then of course, overall on my submix aux track is where I use it mainly. So that's where I'm going to be using it today. We're going to use the same track that we used last time for the last video. Okay, so I'm sure you guys remember that. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit, just so it's not too overpowering. All right, so this plugin gets, I guess you could say, some high praise as well as some flack also. In comparison to this one and the UAD one, which I have both, it depends on what sound you're looking for. And as far as someone trying to decide which one is better, which one sounds the best, which one gives you this or gives you that, whichever one gives you the sound that you're looking for, that's the right one. So, I don't tend to get too much into the battles of waves and UAD plugins and things like that. If it sounds good, man, that's the right one. So stay with that. But for right now, we're dealing with the Wave series. So we'll go ahead and do the UAD some other time. All right, so one of the great things, of course, with Waves plugins or plugins in general is they always come with presets. And using presets isn't, quote unquote, the easy way out. However, if it gives you the sound that you want and it can do it fast and, with less tweaking, and it can get straight to the point, then hey, why not? I don't know any other way to explain that. But they of course they have plenty of presets here that you can go through, and they're from some well-known people who have used the actual SSL console themselves. So I would say start with the presets and then go from there. It's pretty simple and straightforward, just like any other compressor. However, it's the way that it does what it does is the reason why people tend to gravitate toward the SSL type of plugins. And you have your, of course, your threshold, your attack, release, your ratio, and your makeup gain. Those are really all that you need. Again, what I like about the plugins that Waves tend to use a lot is they give you just basic notches. They don't, and that's true to the console. The consoles back in the day, you didn't have a lot of pan pots and a lot of fine tuning. Either you put it on a dial that sounded good, and that was that. It was quick decisions, that had to be made to meet deadlines. And, in my opinion, I think that's the reason why they kind of operated that way. But anyway, so a preset that I tend to like to start with, and then I'll do my tweaking from there, is this Center Classic compressor. And I believe it's from Dave Aaron. Dave Aaron, if you're not familiar with him, he was a serious mixer and engineer for Tupac. I love the way he mixed some of those records on the console. I've seen him speak and have studied him for a little bit. So I like his approach on things. They're pretty simple and straightforward. I start with the center console, and the goal is to try to make everything fit and sit well in the mix. A lot of times you hear about things calling it the glue. I think it's Cytomatics. They actually have a compressor, a bus compressor that's called the glue. That one's supposed to be pretty good. I don't own that one. But let's hear what it does. We'll play with it without it, and then we'll do some tweaking of the knobs and then see what we can get from it. that's about where I would put it, somewhere in that general vicinity. And of course, keep playing with it. And you know, like I said earlier in the last video, this song is not even mixed. But one short piece of advice I will give you when using a bus compressor or something like this, or really a compressor that you're putting on your sub mix track or your final track that you're putting it on, is you want to hear exactly what the bus compressor is doing. So don't slam a lot of gain on the makeup gain. You want to try to make it about even and zero, so that when you turn the compressor on and off, or whatever, you know, A/B buttons that you have, you can hear what the compressor is doing to the music, and then make your decisions from there. But you shouldn't need to add any gain. You should be trying to enhance the sound at the level that you already have, and leave that for leave the rest for the limiter stage of that. But anyway, that's my time. Hopefully this video was helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button so you stay up to date on all my latest content. And most of all, stay queued up. Peace.